Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards, that's toy-wizards.com, and I'm back for another retro toy review. And this one is a complete surprise. I had no plans of doing another retro toy review anytime soon. I'd already covered this toy previously when I showed off my oldest childhood toy that I actually still have, and I thought we were done. But no, the epic saga of the Little Miss Singing Mermaid continues, because holy sweet mother of collecting, I found this yesterday in the wild at a store. I think I cried. It was all a blur. It was all a blur. I'll tell you the story right now. I was actually at a pharmacy getting my second dose of my COVID-19 vaccine injection, and after I finished, I was like, well, I have some time before, responsibility, so I'm gonna go to my favorite thrift store, which was literally across the street from the pharmacy. So I'm just going in there, and I'm just, looking for whatever I look for. I love ceramic tchotchkes, I love glass, I bought a hat, I saw a dress, I saw the pants I'm wearing right now. I was just casually shopping around, just looking for things, wasting some time. And I go up to the register, and behind the register is where they keep the more, I guess you call them premium things. And there was the box in all of its water damaged glory. And I'm looking at it, and I'm hallucinating. This is that vaccine mind control people are so afraid of. But you know what? And please note that I'm beyond 100% kidding right now. If that's the mind control I get, where suddenly I'm seeing all of my favorite things, give me the mind control. And so behind the register, there's one of those Mattel rollerblading dolls. I remember the commercials, but I didn't have her as a kid. And then there's Little Miss Singing Mermaid. And I'm just oh my God, I need that. May I please have it? And the young woman behind the register is yeah, she's, it's $24. And I was is she actually in there? I didn't even care. Dude, I'd buy the box. I'm $24? I don't care if there's heaps of wrapping paper in there. I need it. And I'm not freaking out because I'm an adult with decorum in public, but I was just I need that, please. Let me buy it. I don't care what's inside because it was taped up with packing tape. Please, I need this. And so I bought it for $24. Let me note, guys, I live in a suburb of Los Angeles. It's been picked clean. You don't find things in the wild like that very often. Every once in a while, there's a family cleaning out their attic, and they don't know what they have, or it doesn't mean anything to them, or random surprises are entitled to happen, but Little Miss Singing flippin' Mermaid. And so I buy it, and I'm holding it in my little bag of I said, I bought a hat and stuff like that. And I'm just holding it, and I'm going to my car, and I'm I gotta open this now in case I open the box and it's something weird inside. I can still, go have a conversation. I wasn't gonna return it because the box was so good, but anywho. So I go to my car, and I was should I vlog myself opening this? And I'm no, because if you hold your camera and you're all because I was all freaking out, man. And I'm okay, no, you can't vlog this because you need to open this box carefully because this tape is so it was so much tape, and I'm you don't want to rip the font on the box, the logo, you want to do as little damage as you can. So and I didn't have, oh, I did have a knife in my glove compartment, didn't I? Whoops, I forgot. I'm so careful, and I'm just don't rip it, don't break it, don't rip it, don't break it. And I open the box, and I'll show you what's inside. Dude, she's in such good condition. She is in such good condition. Let's talk about this one. I have my other one next to me, the one I showed off in that first video, because we're gonna do a comparison. And this one, I'm gonna stick that battery in her. Keep your 9 volts ready, and you're gonna hear her sing. So what do we have happening here? On the box, it says Mattel 1991. For my original, I got her Hanukkah 1990. there was a reissue, a second print. Happens all the time. You're going to come back in just a second. When this one was reprinted in 1991, we also got the African American variety. So we had both the little white girl and the little black girl, both of them together. I'm not sure because, again, I was 5 when the first one came out. Cut me a break. I don't know if the black variety came out at the same time. I just know that I got my little blondie head. I think it was November 1990 because she was a Hanukkah present. But this is the one that I found at a thrift store yesterday in water-damaged box for $24. Like, this doesn't happen to me. This doesn't happen to me. Oh my gosh, like what are the odds? Like, I was just taking a stroll post-COVID shot and like, dude, wow. So she's not 100% complete. There is a comb that she's missing. She's missing her comb, but she does have this odd little, it's like a vest. And I can tell this one's elastic is shot, so I'm not gonna take it off. She has a little bit of scratching right there on that gem, but you can see that she has both gems, and my original one does not have both gems. She's also tattooed, there. She's tattooed on her back, so whoever her previous owner was gave her a little tattoo. And because she spent most of her time in the box, the vinyl or plastic or whatever this is has warped. So that's why her tail is curled up. Whereas my original is flat because I played with her all the time. So again, first run, second run, their faces are different. I really think that mine over here is a little bit prettier. It's not a huge difference. Very, very, very subtle. But it's more like, how do I put the differences in the face? I feel like the original one is a little more refined. Everything's just kind of tight. And this one's a little more like roundy baby head. Now, you can also see pretty clearly in the bodies that this one is slimmer and this one is wider. However, that might be because this one, as I mentioned before, is hard as a rock and calcified. She is rock hard. And so my assumption might be that the plastic contracted and, you know, sucked right in. So that may be what's going on here, why this one is more narrow and this one is wider. I'm not sure. But again, I'll show you. Original one, this is, again, mine from childhood, rock hard. Whereas this one, soft. I can completely squeeze her. Soft, soft, soft plastic or vinyl, whatever she's made of. And, you know, the gimmick was that in the water, the colors come on and off, which, like, why do you need them off? Like, I don't need that beautiful seafoam green and lavender to go away. It's perfect. Why would I want it to come off? But again, and these holes, I think I accidentally missed them in the last video. I didn't talk about them, which I realized after I was done recording. These holes was so the water drained out because this toy was touted to go in the water. She's water resistant of some sort. So I did take mine in the water, and then she's supposed to drain from here if you took her out. I'm thinking all that water play is why my old one is now calcified and rock hard, but I can't be certain. I'm not a chemist. I'm just an old lady who loves mermaids. But yeah, look at this new one. Her hair is in such good condition, whereas mine is very well loved, and she has sort of little bit of dreadlocks. Mine also is color damaged, color faded, sun bleached. I mean, I don't know what I put this one through. It's been 30 years. And this one, you can see her crown is in perfect condition. So once I got her home, the big question was, does she work? Yes, she does. She sings and all of her equipment works well. So we open up her crown. Again, I brought a battery so you guys can hear her sing. You know, my only concern here is the more you twist it open, that plastic just starts wearing out. See how one of her, on my old one, we have the snapped plastic right there because of all the twisting, and it just starts weakening and giving out. So I will only do this a limited number of times twisting it, but I'm not going to leave that battery in there. My daughter wants this so bad. And I'm trying to explain to her, like, this is a 30-year-old doll and, you know, not a toy, but you can't explain that to her, especially when she loves my old one and all she wanted was one of these. And then mommy found one at a store and I'm telling her you can't have it right now. So I think she's like already planning my demise so that it gets inherited to her. Just kidding, parent humor. Let's crack her open. Okay, she opens easily. There's all of her mechanics. Fully charged 9-volt. Back in the day, you'd have to stick it in your mouth to see if it was charged. Today, I can just stick it in the machine. It can do it for me. Isn't technology wonderful? The thing with this doll is once you snap that battery in, I can't just go, okay, battery's on, let me see. No, you have to slip it in the compartment. And then you have to twist this back on because everything has to be like all secure and in place. So every time I open it, I'm like weakening the plastic and that's my nightmare. All right, you ready to sing? The Song of the Siren. I still remember the commercial and hearing that. Like when they're like, when every time she sings to me and the commercial goes quiet and she goes, and I'm like, give me that enchanted chanting. I need that song just in my, and I was one of those kids. So yeah, this all the time, just this walking around like this with like the sensory crackling. We've talked about this before. But isn't this such a cool thing? I can't believe I found it. I cannot believe I found it at a, like, that's what people in other states get to do. Oh, I found it in a thrift store, flea market find. And I'm like, It's honestly part of the reason I collect Raggedy Ann and Andy, because that is a thing that you can walk around the flea markets and the antique markets and the thrift stores and you stumble upon a Raggedy Andy cup or a dish or something to that effect. So, like, that's part of the reason I'm sure other people collect vintage toys, because like they're things you can find in the wild. Modern toy hunting has become, oh my god, such a bummer. But yeah, so oh my gosh, like I wasn't even gonna show this off, but I was like, the story's too good not to. So it's just like, what timing? Like I got mine Hanukkah 1990, and like 30 years later I find one in a store in my random suburban town off the beaten path. Like I'm just like #blessed, man. #blessed. Like what a mitzvah. What an amazing thing that happened to me that'll never happen again. Maybe I'll go buy that rollerblading doll if next time I go back to the store, which will be next week because I go all the time, because I love thrift shopping. I love antiquing. I love treasure hunting. I'm just one fancy chick. So that's all I have for you guys today with this retro toy review, Little Miss Singing Mermaid Part 2. Whew, never thought this would be happening, but I am stoked. One last spin on the box. That little girl is not even acting. That is the happiest child that ever happened. What a beautiful dolly. I love her. So I'll see you guys for the next one. I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards. That's toy-wizards.com. Stick with our site for all sorts of toy news, reviews, articles, listicles, snarticles, editorials, opinion pieces, and everything you want from collecting. Be good, be safe, and I'll catch you for the next one. Bye!